What is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete strategy. I am Pete. I'm a top player in Risk Global Domination. I have a daily release on YouTube, doing weekday streams on Twitch. The unedited VC competition for round 1, season 9 of the Grandmaster tournament will be available on FreePete, and then I will be doing post-game commentary on my main channel. We should probably start with an introduction of the players. In my... Oh, hey there. Pete. This is Repeat. So check it out, folks, on FreePete if you want the unedited version of this video. Today's episode, we're going to be doing a game review of the first 3 games of round 1 of Grandmasters Tournament Season 9 I am playing in. So we're going to do all 3 game review in this video. And as I said, if you would rather watch the unedited VC competition, I'm going to link to it in the show notes, and you can come on down to FreePete and check those videos out. But if you would rather hear my thoughts in the moment, I know a lot of people get more out of me describing what I'm thinking, and that's what I'm going to be doing with this video. I'm going to tell you guys what was going on my mind, so you're not distracted by the other voices, and you can understand my thought process and what went right, what went wrong, and so on. So here we go with the player introduction. Group, I am playing against 5 very talented Grandmasters in no particular order. Playing as yellow, we have Saber 555. Saber from an unspecified location, 527 hours played with 466 and 474 ranked. Playing as white, we have Bruce Tata, 470 hours, gone 416 and 373. Playing as purple from USA, we have Scythe, 484 hours with 199 and 507. Playing as magenta from the United Kingdom, we have Rue 13. He has 82 hours, gone 50 and 38. We can see my own stats in the lobby. I'm playing as red, flying the flag of Bhutan, 2,052 hours, gone 2198 and 720. And we are waiting for Bristle Boss to fill it out. And Saber wanted to shout something out, so the floor is yours, sir.
I didn't want to shout anything specific. I just said you can use the website of the Saber ranking for the some of the player introduction slash player position research.
We're going to dial down the volume just slightly, and we're going to go to 2 times speed. I'm going to talk over the voices, and we will... You guys want Saber's volume a little louder? Okay, I can do that. Dial it in, folks. This is the way I've sought to iterate VC competitions for my show. I've had a lot of feedback on people finding the other voices distracting, despite the fact that, in my opinion, the Grandmaster tournament is the highest form of competition in the game. Part of that is because of the ability to collaborate, collude, manipulate your opponents using the voice chat. And part of it, of course, is because the skill floor is minimum Grandmaster. Okay, so the first game we're playing, 70% domination on World Conquest map.
He said he's joining 5 minutes ago. Okay. I don't know if that's even working at this point.
And it's a no-fog game. Let's go. So 70% progressive plays out often like World on Progressive, except you definitely want to prioritize your pathing when the sets get large. You don't need to make the kills anymore. So I am in the 2nd seat.
You guys are horribly miffed if I took Africa.
I see this great Africa start. I joke about it.
I don't think I'm going to do it.
But I don't take it.
It does.
I think I go for a multi-positional play here.
Yeah. These are Grandmasters here. Come on. That is true.
And I start my turn in what is effectively a 5-position open. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Expecting that to survive. In the 3rd position, we have Saber. Saber playing as yellow. He is in effectively 5 places as well, because the 3 in the Philippines does not connect to the 6 in Siam.
There's too many chats, man. I'm so lost. I'm not even hitting
The
it.
black
Wait,
player's
wait,
Boyd
yes,
Capadia, my teammate, Bristlebass, on Major League Risk.
Friends of Risk.
He's in a
Okay.
number of positions as
Ooh,
well.
Marco doing great. Look at this guy.
1, 2, 3,
You're also doing great, eh, Saber?
4,
Actually, I went down spots.
5,
Well,
and
relatively,
6. He's actually in more
like,
positions,
you
and we could potentially consider
Dude,
the
I'm gonna
one.
crash like a rock pretty soon.
You're crashing very, very little. Like every month, the
Well.
amount of points you have can only go down by 5%. So
Oh, okay.
at most, it's 5%.
The purple player's Scythe
Bookmark this website.
from USA.
Then what you do is you search a player.
Again, right, we're seeing really good open by all of these players
Saber, 555.
in
Oh, this is great.
you know,
So
with
we're
with a
gonna-
multi-positional open. Nobody seems to be
Okay,
going
we
for
made this.
bonuses, taking bonuses.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Eric. This is fantastic.
I would say good strong play. All right, for in the first seed is Rue 13 from the United Kingdom, plays magenta. He has a strong Kamchatka,
With all this interesting data.
but again, multi-position. So it makes, the more positions you have, it makes kill lines on you more difficult. Alliances are also on in this mode, which I think is just for fun. I think Parlox just did that to maybe try and allow for more potential manipulation. I move into New Zealand, but I move back from it, effectively kill guarding black in the Falkland Islands.
Parlox told me I wasn't allowed to win the first game because he really wants to see the nobody can get 50 modifier on the stream.
That feels like it'd be painful.
Have you practiced? Have you
I
tried
don't
it? Oh, so I tried it once and it was very fun. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I thought it was very fun. Very fun
Wait,
idea.
you tried what? You tried what?
The classic, the 5-player classic fixed. Nobody can first to 50 wins, right? First to hold 50.
It's just hold 50.
Yeah.
50
Troops. Yes.
It's round one. Like
This is the next game. This is if the 5 people who do not advance in this game will.
I thought you were saying the special rules for like. I don't know,
It's Parlox. He likes to spice it up, man.
Okay, so we got Bruce Tata as white. From USA. So Bruce is in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positions. I really do like how everyone understands the base of how to play these settings. So now we're building up. We just took everyone took our second card. If all things being equal, I'll get the 6th trade in the first sequence. And I figure with progressive 70, if kills aren't possible in the second sequence, capturing the 70 probably is. And another way to do it is you likely make a kill, use that troop bonus from your first kill in the second sequence to capture the 70 and win out of nowhere. And that's a pretty simple line of play for progressive 70. But of course, making kills will be harder with all of my opponents playing well and being in multiple positions, and some of them being kill guarded, right? How do I get to the magenta 4 in New Guinea, for example, right? I have to move through someone's position to do that. And I'm doing the same thing with black in the Falklands. We're all playing quickly. The alliances looks like they've gone to everyone. I reject Saber's alliance just to mess with them. Saber is a top player. If you guys don't know who Saber is, he is the runner-up for the Risk World Championships from last season. So he was a hair away from winning, but I think he just ran out of time by the closest margin. So Saber is about as close to a world champion as you can get without being one.
I can't move down, right?
I'm sure he'll win a title soon.
Yeah, I like that territory.
Yep. So I actually really like my positions. I'm keeping everything fairly equal. So my 6 in Ukraine blocks the transition between, along with white 7, blocks the transition between the two halves of the old world. And then of course I have 3 positions in the new world, the 4, and the 5, and I have the 5 in South Africa. So I really like how my 6 radiates to the rest of Asia. And my other positions allow myself to potentially make kills in the new world.
Is anyone needing a cannon right now? Cards? Just...
You have all the cannons?
No. I only have 4 of them. Nothing much.
So I pretty much want to stay where I'm at. I like all of my positions. I don't want to migrate. We do see Rue putting himself in fewer places, but he has the upside to being in fewer places is you can make kills more aggressively. The downside is it's also easier for you to get killed. So the question then becomes, how far do you lean aggressive? We do see Rue with the card skip, and I express my disdain for the card skip, but skip as well, because I'm certainly not going to put myself at the beginning of the trading sequence, and then everyone is going to skip. And then we will just have slightly more troops on the board, which makes it slightly less profitable to make that initial kill, and pushes the trading sequence into the future. We see Black thinking about it, but he will likely skip as well. If anyone takes a card now, that makes the skip effective. And I don't think anyone falls for the trick. So we go back, and Saber threatens that we should team on the pink player if he skips again, which I tend to agree. I think skipping works if you can presume that your opponents aren't good and they're going to fall for your trick, but skipping kind of falls flat in this sort of environment where your opponents are highly skilled, and certainly wouldn't want you to get the 20 over the 4. So we now all start taking cards again.
I'm admitting that I'm a little bit distracted by this website.
Saber in a ton of positions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm also still in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boyd, Capadia, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions now, and the 4 in the Falklands is the one that I've kill guarded. 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. I would guess that it is more beneficial to be in multiple positions at this point in the game. And Bruce, sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, gets a card in Philippines. We do see a little bit of migration, but not from me. I'm very happy with where I'm stacked up. It gives me decent lines to just about everybody. So I don't move and I don't consolidate. All right, now we go to the first trades. Rue gets the 4. Rue is in 4 places, but he has larger numbers because of it. I set get the 6. Put most of it in the center, because I think my 10 in Ukraine is the most effective. I'm planning that the 10 in Ukraine is going to be the most effective to make kills. And get my cards up in North America, because I'm really not trying to close my line off the 10. This will be my majority position, and I'm hoping and expecting to use it to make kills in the second sequence, which, as I was saying earlier, is the important part. Right, we're now in the first sequence, the 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, and then progressive cards go up by 5 from then on. Yep, and Boyd gets the 10. Just trying to calculate who I could kill. Being second to act in the second sequence is usually pretty good if you're trying to make aggressive kills, but if your opponents are as good as my opponents are here, that makes it a lot more challenging. Okay, we see Bruce maintaining his 6 positions. Little 3 stack, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he reduces the number and consolidates in Middle East. So he has a similar plan to me. He's now in 5 places as well, but we have an impenetrable guard between the two of us, blocking the transition between East and West, between Asia and Europe, between Asia and Africa. And Scythe gets to the 12. So now we're in the second trading sequence, and this is the mid to the late game. So who can make a kill now will determine if they get enough troops to then capture the 70. I would just like to point out that we do get a joker here. Having a joker right now is extremely, extremely beneficial, because it will make sure that I don't die, and it will help enable me to potentially set in and get a kill. I think I have pretty good lines on white here. except for the 3 in Philippines. There's no way for me to get to that white 3 in Philippines. I think white knows that. So this is an issue, right? My lines to kill white are actually quite solid. We could double tap, we could cut off there, but how do we get here? I can't actually kill white profitably, right? Because I have 4 cards, I would want to trade them in. And profitable kills are people who, when you kill them, set you in turn, so you're not holding all of those cards, and then you get eaten yourself, right? You want to recoup the value that you spend making the kill immediately, or else you are likely to be the next fish. My lines on white are still good, but 4. And I do set and use my joker here, because if I didn't, I expect I would get eaten. So in lieu of that, I pivot to create an additional position. So now I'm in 7 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I go back to 6 positions. I go from 5 to 6 positions. This might have been a misplay, because this might prevent me from making kills. This is an inherently defensive move in the mid to late game. So what I'm trying to do with this is I'm trying to position myself in a way that I don't get eaten. And I'm giving away some amount of equity to make kills from that move.
I mean, I would ask what, but I wouldn't trust your answer.
Okay. And then black also set. So everyone has set on 4 so far.
Ooh, if we get the card blocks, that would be bad news. For Frog 70. Close to it, though. It wouldn't take much. I can be back in time for good.
And Bruce sets on 4, gets the 40. You can see how many troops are on the board now. Everyone having a set on 4 is good, because that means that no one can really make profitable kills, unless white kills purple here, which I don't really think they have lines to do. Yeah. Okay. Scythe sitting on 4 cards. He does set. I'm almost certain of it. Yeah, 45. Okay. He puts in a couple of places. He's still in 5 positions. But because he's so much later than me in the turn order, right, he has 103 troops to my 70. And this is where the difference in the progressive cards really becomes more noticeable if you're towards the end of the sequence, and assuming you have cards and you trade properly. It's, you know, it's really hard for someone to just eat you. So we go to the 9th turn now. Fairly late in the game. We're now in the end game. Most players have most of their kill lines mapped out. They're just waiting for the cards to be profitable to do it. I'm at 73 troops. I'm the 2nd weakest player. That has mostly to do with the value of the cards. And everyone takes their 3rd card. We go to, I think, the 10th turn. $69 troops. Let's get a dab on that, folks. And there it is. Right there. The thing that gets you killed in progressive gets me killed in progressive. And we'll just linger on the reaction, because I don't say anything, but this is absolutely where I know I die. Not having a set on 4 in the late game will get you killed. This guy right here knows he's dead, doesn't say it, doesn't spoil the surprise, but we shall see who eats me, because not having a set on 4 means I won't trade next turn, which means I will get eaten for my cards.
Hey, thank you, killed with a raid. Thank you. How did you do, man?
And now it is dead man walking. So do you take another card? I'm at 73 troops and 4. I think the way I play this is I do take a card because I want in the vain hope to maybe survive, maybe through luck, maybe through a player's error. Although the likelihood of that is very low, given again that my opponents are so skilled. Roussettes gets the 50, sitting at 123 troops. Could kill me profitably if he could get to me. He just takes a card and passes.
I think I could have pulled that off. What do you think, mate? You think I could either? You trying to kill me? I think I could have been close.
And he said he thought about it, but you know who does kill me is sitting on 5 cards. Saber sees it immediately.
Wait.
Don't fuck it up.
I told him.
No!
I mess with him using the VC, but he's good enough to kill me easily from this position. Sitting on 5 cards is fatal immediately, and I die first in this game. We'll watch how the rest of it plays out.
20%, you got this. Come on, Saber.
So now I'm cheering
Just win now, please.
to Saber to win because I don't want to face him again. Because I do think he is a very, very skilled opponent. So if he has won the game, I just say, just win, please. And then 70% achieved immediately, as I said. Chaining a single kill into the 70, often enough in the late game.
No, hey man, nothing I can do about
I
that.
think I should have done that. Like,
Yeah,
I
right.
don't know how it. I was scared that I was going to leave Pete on 1 HP, and he's good.
And then you end up defeating it. You end up defeating it. Hey folks, this is Classic Fix World On, except with a twist.
Okay,
Here,
so for game 2,
first hold 50 or more troops wins. Holding means starting a turn with 50 plus troops.
we are playing
That would be 50 or
Classic Fixed
and so on, and then passing one full turn without going below.
with an additional rules modifier. And the modifier is the first player to hold over 50 troops wins immediately. And to hold 50 or over,
It's not really. Ah, man.
to hold 50 or over means that you have to start your turn with at least 50 troops. So there's a couple of ways to play it, and I'll spoil the surprise. In Parlox's opinion, the correct way to play it is to use any troops you have that exceed 50 to push them into another player using attacker's advantage and team on them with the alliances and with the VC. So this is a 5-player game. The format of the GM tournament is a 6-player game, winner advances, 5-player game, winner advances, 4-player game, winner advances. So we cut one half of our players each week. So I have to win one of these 3 games to advance to week 2. I get gifted the Australia start. Then we see everyone jockey for position, figure out where they would like to go. We're playing against the same players as last game, minus Saber, who has advanced. I just consolidate all my troops in the Australia position. Looks like yellow goes for North America.
Yeah, that's right. Well, so I was really trying to twist his arm. I was like, you know, it would be better branding.
The colors actually have changed, though.
For a meme.
Scythe is still purple, but Boyd Capady is now magenta player. Rue is now white. And we have a yellow, and the yellow player is Bruce Tata. Yellow is white from last game. White is magenta from last game, and magenta is black from last game, which really makes it easier for you as the viewer to track who's who. And I know that's annoying, and that's another reason why I'm doing the analysis of the game in this format. And we will iterate. Obviously, this is not the ideal format. There's still probably a lot that can be improved upon. So white player takes South America in the third turn rather, and gets his material out of North America, I would assume. I lose a 3 in Europe. Scythe has a good line to take Europe himself. And just wants to get his 7 through the Greenland-Iceland corridor. We are going to assume that yellow does eventually get North America.
Okay. I know about this one.
I lose a 4 stack in Africa. I have no exterior position. And you guys know how much I love Australian classic fixed, sarcasm noted. So having been gifted with this one has led me to kind of have to figure out how do I win this game creatively. So I bury some troops in Indonesia, which I normally recommend we don't do in normal classic fixed. My thinking here is that if I very slowly build up, perhaps I can create a scenario where it is impossible for my opponents to break me. Or break me in the sense that put me under 50. As Parlox has said, it turns out that the correct way to play these settings is not to try and hold the 50. It's that you use the additional troops to make kills on your opponents, and then you end up, it's in a very aggressive form of classic fixed. You end up in a 1v1 fairly quickly. The people trying to hold ends up creating a stalemate on these settings, and this is one of those examples where the intersubjectivity behind all of your players agreeing on what the correct thing to do absolutely creates the outcome as far as whether or not these settings stalemate. I take a 4 trade here. And I remove the exterior position of white so that white has to stay in the new world and cause trouble for yellow.
No, I mean, I feel like it was the right thing to do at the time. Yeah.
So I did make a fairly bold anti-stalemate move, and then yellow does take the kill. So we see a kill.
Yeah. I mean, if I go over 50, my troops are sunk. So
On Rue. Rue gets killed first, and we're now in a 4-player classic fixed game.
No, I know.
First to hold 50 or more wins.
Ghost.
I did feed that kill a bit, but as you can see, I'm still the troop leader. So in my estimation, that was correct, because feeding a kill that you still have an advantage from after the fact advances the outcome of the game without leaving yourself too vulnerable. We see Scythe now 2 turns away from the Europe take. I fall a bit behind in terms of troops.
Yeah, that's me. That's what I'm doing right now.
That's me. That's what I'm doing right now.
Oh boy.
Put my stack out. So I have a 5 and 24 guard on the China-India position, so I can do a 2-point on the Australian turtle.
50, do I just win then? Or do I have to hold it? Gotta hold it.
You have to hold your turn. You guys don't hit me.
That's the problem.
Bruce holds South America, doesn't
First, hit him?
take
'Cause I'm all the way on the other side.
North America.
You may see this.
The
I am making-
job of the player ahead of you in the sequence becomes you have to put that player under 50.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So someone has to hit yellow. Yellow's now under 50 troops. And pink now at 53. Reduces his own number somewhat. 52, just by 1. He's going to do the 2-point South America
Yeah, we'll take him under, don't worry. Not about 50, don't need it.
Middle East guard.
Fair's fair.
I'm sitting at 44. Magenta's at 49. Everyone is under 50. Scythe gets exactly 50 troops. They all get +5. I get +2 a turn. Puts himself at 60 troops. So yeah, in this seed, it would be correct, in my estimation, to slam either into Magenta or into me. Putting yourself under 50, but potentially feeding that Magenta kill.
Yep, and let everybody kick my ass, basically.
Or feeding my own. And this is the logic for these settings, right? Anytime you're over 50, particularly if you're a decent amount over, you want to slam those additional troops using attacker's advantage into a single player and coordinate your attacks together such that you advance the game state to the 1v1. What we're seeing here instead is we're seeing manual rolls that just drop the amount, and I break everybody because I figure I might as well use those troops since I'm going to lose them anyways.
You hit purple a bit because they're above.
Well, I mean, that would end the game instantly. So,
Yeah, you don't hit the blues.
well, I assume we saw it. I assume we saw it. And I was also guessing that was part of the well played, but I don't know. It kind of it still forces you to do something.
So this puts me under
Look at the
50,
settings.
and of course yellow is still forced to hit purple. So they do that. They get purple at 47.
And someone else can get beat.
I'll work on it a little bit.
Soften me up.
Well, you get my bonus, right?
And they
No,
put
no.
me under 50 as well.
Yeah,
Good.
All right.
No need
You already
Okay.
did
No one is
So I had that
critical.
exactly 50 again. Going to retake Europe. So everyone's going to reconstitute their bonuses now. And we've basically done nothing for the last 2 or 3 turns, but just jockey for position. I ask my opponents to hit someone. They say no. And fair enough. If I cannot get anyone to agree with my plans, then I cannot enact them. Pull the 20 out, so we're doing the 2-point again on India and China. And yellow puts the 28 out in Kamchatka. Purple at 57. And Bristol at 54. I still keep asking him to help me advance the game state into yellow. He disagrees. And again, nothing I can do without the buy-in from one of my opponents. He manuals down purple, whose real job to manual or to keep purple, the real player whose job it is to keep purple under 50 is yellow. And yellow sees that. They get the 6. They close their line off Kamchatka and puts purple under 50 here.
Is he under 50? He is.
And that's 49.
Pink once.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Okay. Gotcha.
This purple has to hit pink.
game end.
We have to team on someone, unfortunately.
Someone was like, how does the game end? And my response is, we have to team on someone, unfortunately.
Whoa, we did a
Trying to break a stalemate, so we do get pink under 47. And now it switches back to yellow and purple having to be the ones. And as you can see, I'm still using the alliances to try and get people to agree with me to make coordinated attacks, but so far getting thumbs down. I can't really advance the game state further. We did get 1 player removed, so at least we're in a 4-player game. Yeah, and pink hits purple, gets them under 50. And then my job, of course, from this seat is to hit yellow.
That moves a lot.
So I go into North America. Hit yellow one more time.
Nice.
Oh, you can take it.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that.
sorry, dude.
So I do hit yellow, get him under 49, move
I forgot about that was stacked.
to North America.
I went on that 2v1.
Yeah, I know. It was epic.
Again, really trying to advance the game
You
state.
do. You got. Yes, it is. You got to win this roll, sir.
So I put yellow in a position. We're going to normal speed now. I put yellow in a position where he has to both win a 4v1 and win a 3v1. Otherwise, purple wins the game. So a lot of people would suggest that this was an inaccuracy or a misplay. Now, I have absolutely no interest in stalemating a classic fixed game with GMs because the logic of that is always true. And these guys have so far shown that they're not willing to work with me. And fair enough. If you're not willing to work with me, it's just as likely you're willing to work against me, or that you're willing to stalemate. Neither of those options are acceptable to me. So this is my decision to advance the game state. So what we have here is we have a circumstance where yellow is forced, because their stack is locked, and because they're only getting 3 troops, yellow is forced to hit me and then purple. Otherwise, the game suddenly ends. So we're going to play this one out in real time and see how it goes.
I'm the worst. Watch the game end to the 11%.
What's the better odds, slow rolling it or blitzing it?
So
Blitz it.
he asks to
That's it,
blitz,
okay.
but we misunderstood.
Uh,
We misunderstood what he asked. So the answer to the question was, do you blitz it, meaning it, the 3v1. You certainly don't blitz 3 into a 47 stack, which he did, and that means that purple is over 50 troops, and that means the game is over.
Oh, the one! No, we lose!
Which I
GG,
find
Scythe. Well done, man.
absolutely hilarious. Scythe advances
GG, man.
in game
All
2.
right. All right, game 3, let's go. Oh, that's funny.
So for game 3, we're playing Grip of the North,
Good luck, Alex.
Fixed Zombies. Fixed Zombies is a very fragile mode. The environment is extremely unfriendly.
I think I'm correct in saying that
The zombies, outpace your generation, so you have to be extremely
good as long as you
utilitarian with your troops. But I have what I would argue is a god spawn for the right-hand side. So I have a 4 here. Black is inside of me. I have 2 3s. Black is inside of me. And then I have a 3 up at the top. So I have a line to take this bonus turn 1 guarded, and then to take the Baltic bonus turn 1 and the Finland bonus turn 2. And you do see I take the Baltic bonus turn 1 guarded reasonably well.
Which is just completely random.
Oh, I mean,
No one knows.
And I'm going to lose my exterior positions. So now we see the colors have shifted slightly again. Rue 13 is still playing as white.
That'd be nice.
Bristle's still playing as magenta, and the player who was yellow last game is now
I
black.
don't want to spoil the surprise.
Neither.
Yeah, the zombies putting in 20. They get very strong on the left-hand side, and I can kind of infer their location by the pathing. I lose my 4 to a zombie stack,
It does. You got lucky.
but again, I think my open was just a very, very good god spawn for these settings, right? There's nothing behind me, so I can push out from
I didn't get to see.
this side
Yeah, I mean, this open looks
and
good.
guard with a
This
few
open looks
number
pretty good. The holding
of
bonus.
positions. I just make sure that my bonus holds. I'm holding a +3 now. I use the troops in the middle of the board before they're eliminated by the zombies. And I'm guarding with a 7 and an 8, 2 point on my +3. That is really good.
Zombies.
Mhm.
Mhm.
There's 9 of them looking at you. They went
And
up.
my hope here is that this stays stable for a while.
Yeah. I'm gonna move my stuff out. Does that make sense? I'm gonna try and hold one in.
We see a little negotiating for holding position. Zombies put in 25 on the 3rd turn. Go attack and clean out the rest of the unguarded space.
You really want that land, Pete? You really want that land.
Seeing that I hold, now I have to hit player 3 stacks. Just guard with a 9 in the bottom, attack off of a 12. And leave the 1 here, which could potentially push the black 3 up, giving me a line to take the Finland bonus in a turn or 2, and give me a 3-point hold. 1, 2, and 3. We do see Bristle there in Denmark. I'm pretty sure they also have a +3. Also a 2-point guard. and Rue has Scotland. So Bristle and Rue have a good neighbor thing here.
64.
Zombies put in 64. This is usually the turn where the zombies go ham. My hope here is that black attacks up off the 3. They set, get the 10. They do use that 3 stack. So their set is elsewhere, which is good for me. I get to take Finland. Off of a set. I don't rush to do it. So I see the zombies there. Then I just move enough troops to be sure to attack up and finish the bonus. So I am guarding with 9 stacks, but I make it impossible for my opponents to cut back in on the territory I've gained. Yeah, and we see Bristle trading here in the south of Sweden. And I use the card overlay to figure out where my opponents are. So with cards and zombies, it's an important thing to point out. You can see that there's a zombie +2 on these 3 territories, but there's no zombie here. So that will actually, there's no zombie +2 rather. So that will actually tell you that there aren't zombies on that territory. You can use that to see through the fog and deduce your opponent's positions, which you can see me doing. Thinking. Black's still off a bonus. Probably in a single stack. We see them make 2 attacks, 3 attacks. Perhaps they're on a bonus now, but it might be too late. Right, I have a lot more troops just for holding a +3 all game. I do set in, get the 10 set, I guard with 10s, and I attack up. So I take a second bonus, and I eliminate a white 5. So we're sitting with 3 stack guard on 2 +3s, a 10, an 11, and a 12. This structure is extremely strong for fixed zombies, and it's unlikely my opponents will be able to counter it. We see Boyd take out the kill on Rue. We're now in a 3-player game.
We always work. You hold on all this.
The zombies are behind me, so you still want to guard there.
Thanks for that.
That was still a homie move.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
The way zombies attack, they need twice the number to attack, to roll a stack. So if a zombie 12 was here and Pete 6 was here, the zombies would roll it. But the inverse leaves me safe for a while. I put troops in interior here because I am expecting through fixed zombies either to get infected or at some point a large stack rolled on me. And I want to slowly build up speed bumps interior to myself such that I can retake and rehold the bonus in the future, depending on how long the game goes. I maintain my 3-point guard now with a 14, 13, and 11, and I have 3-2 interior. I like interior hidden troops in fog sometimes, depending on how long it goes. Just build them up slowly. I also can expand out of my 3-point one more time to this territory, and one more time to this territory to maintain it without splitting. Yeah, and I put more troops interior because we're now getting 9 a turn. I'm going to sit there with a 14, a 17, and 11. Maybe split off a little bit. Yeah, 15, 14, 11. I should probably put 1 or 2 more in the bottom. But it's looking pretty good. I get a 10 set. We do see Boyd moving.
You're going to feed me.
Whoa. Looks like he's doing it.
Try.
Black says,
Yep.
don't do it, you're going to feed me. Gets the kill on
Put it on
Black.
zombies, eh?
And now we find ourselves in a 1v1.
Yeah.
I say, you play a lot of zombies. He breaks me, finds these 3s, which slows him down a bit. He breaks me, and 6v3 still good, gets good dice, and breaks me. So, the fact that I'm still connected, my 14 to my 15 is a really good thing. And now the question is, where do I position my stack? I have cards. I can counterattack his 13. So my plan here is to remove the position entirely and then fortify my 15 up to the 14. So I'll still have a decent stack that exists with which to hopefully hunt
Nice,
him.
huh?
85% roll, we do get it.
Where are you?
I say, where are you? Now I'm thinking, where did he make the kill on black?
To me?
And how do I get to him in time so that if I see him and roll him, I kill him before he kills me? And this is very much a cat and mouse moment. We're going to put it back to normal speed. Because the longer we have to punch through zombie stacks, the weaker we both get. Because I have a Joker, I have another 10 set on 3, which is absolutely crucial at this moment of the game. So I got lucky on the cards. I got lucky on the spawn. Bristleboss did kill my 2 opponents. And I'm thinking to myself, I need to set that in now. It even is a 12 set. I'm sitting on the territory with my stack that I have the +2 on. So this is the best possible set at this moment. Zombies putting in 40. Going to be really strong. We can't punch through too many zombie stacks to find him before I am weakened past the point I'll be able to win the roll. Everything does go my way with the cards. thinking, what do we do?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do, right? You hope to get a bit lucky. Roll some, lose a couple of troops, but not too many. We do find.
Fuck's sake. Well
The
played.
22, he says,
Oh, GG, man.
he says, well played.
Yeah.
He is a gentleman,
Okay.
and we do finish.
Okay.
We do finish
GG.
and advance this
Okay.
game. So GG to Bristleboss, GG to Rue, and GG to Bruce Tata.
This is gonna
I hope they had fun in the round, and congrats to Scythe and Saber. And best of luck to those who advance in round 1. So this is season 9 of the Grandmasters tournament, folks. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm going to do a similar thing for my. I'm going to do a similar thing for my performance this season. We'll do the unedited VC competition on FreePete. I'm going to link to the episodes if you want to watch them. I'm going to link to the channel if you want to give me a subscription. What I'm doing on FreePete is I do a lot of this sort of thing, VC competitions. I'm doing a lot of experimental shows. We do the Risk News. We do the Q&A. We do anything and everything I feel like making. The FreePete is for me. I want to have a space where I can be creative without having to worry about the vagaries of the algorithm. And then, of course, on the Killpete strategy, we're going to focus a lot more on the things that we already know are successful, the types of shows that we already know that you like. So if you want, what is effectively now 2 Pete shows a day, you can follow me over there as well. And that's all I have to say. I'm looking forward to round 2. Thank you, folks, for watching. I appreciate you. And for all of you on the path to world domination, good games and good luck.